The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Well, hello again, everybody. Good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock here on Friday, October the 24th. It is week 9 of the high school football season, which is the final game of the regular season. We'll start off. We'll run through some scores from last night here on high school game day countdown to kickoff. Also coming up in the show, we'll have our Lionel Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week, our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Looking at scores from last night, it was Adrian 28-27 over Colcamp. As you look at Adrian's district now, Adrian sits behind Windsor right now. Windsor is 7-1, Adrian is 6-3. They're pretty much solidified of staying right there in that 2 spot. Windsor, though, just not even a full point ahead of them, but we shall see what Windsor does tonight. Other scores from last night, it was Grandview over Hillsboro, 42-12. Helias Catholic, they defeat Live for Life Academy Charter, 45-28. Branson shuts out Hillcrest to go to 7-2. And as you look at that Branson district, number one, it's a bear. Carthage sits at top at number 1. They are done for the season. They played last night, as did Republic, sitting there at number 2 at 7-2. Branson also 7-2. The outside, Webb City is at 5-3, but they're playing up tonight as they play Joplin. If they get a win, they could conceivably jump Branson. Neosho's locked in at 5-4. They're in the 5th spot. Parkview 3-5. They play tonight. Willard lost last night, so they're 1-8. So they're checking in at that number 7 spot. Likely it's going to be Carthage number 1, Republic number 2, Branson or Webb City at number 3, depending on how Webb City does tonight. Elsewhere in scores from last night, Jeff City defeats Lutheran St. Charles 42-0. It was Kearney improving to 9-0 as they get a 63-6 victory a night ago over Excelsior Springs. Looking at that Kearney district, Kearney right now sits atop at 8-0 or at 9-0. Savannah is 8-0, but they play tonight, but I don't think they can catch Kearney. Mathematically, they're going to sit right there in that 2 spot. If they do falter, though, Smithville's just behind them 3 points at 6-2 there, but probably going to be Kearney, Savannah, and Smithville, followed at 4 by Van Horn, Excelsior Springs, Benton, and Northeast Kansas City. Elsewhere, last night it was Kirkwood over Hazelwood Central, 38-6. Carthage 8-1 now, 56-14 over Neosho. We talked about that district, that Class 5 District 6. Nixa defeats Glendale 63-21. North County over Sullivan 24-22. Portageville, these are scores from last night. Here, Portageville over New Madrid County 34-0. Republic defeats Willard 59-7. Skyline over Diamond 67-7. And Stockton defeats Pierce City 51-27. Taking a quick look at Stockton's district, they're locked in pretty much at that 3 spot, depending on what Sarcoxy does tonight, who's less than a point behind them. And however, they did, Stockton already has defeated Sarcoxy, so that's not going to change. And we'll look at some of the girls' volleyball matches coming up tonight as they are well into their districts. Coming up tonight will be Cooter taking on Delta. That is Class 1, District 1. That's a quarterfinal. North Pemiscot versus Southland. South Pemiscot versus Hayti. There's a championship game in Class 1, District 2 as Bernie will take on Gideon, and that game will be played at Bloomfield. Other championship matches tonight will be in Class 1 District 5, Calvary Lutheran taking on Columbia Independent there in Jeff City. Also in the championships tonight will be Class 2 District 8. That'll be Licking taking on Steelville. That will be at Dixon. Also coming up tonight, a championship, and there are no other championships tonight. Most games, there'll be 45 matches played tomorrow on Saturday, and some of them are semifinals. We've got Mound City at Rockport, Class 1 District 16. That'll be a championship game. Elsewhere playing in their championships, and some of these may finish tomorrow. Cabool is hosting Fordland. Cabool's the 1 seed in that Class 2 District 9 championship match. Class 2 District 10 championship match at Crane will feature the 1 seed New Covenant versus Spokane. Class 2 District 13 championship will feature Lafayette County, the number 1 seed, taking on Lone Jack, and that'll be at Higginsville. Elsewhere, Class 2 District 15 championship will be Lawson, the 1 seed, taking on Carrollton. That match is in Lawson. Also in Rogersville, the 1 seed Rogersville takes on Stratford for that Class 3 District 10 championship. Mount Vernon in Class 3 District 12 will take on Monette. That will be at Monette. Class 3 District 11 at Mountain Grove will feature Hollister, the 1 seed, versus Liberty Mountain View, the 2 seed. Savannah, Class 3 District 16, that championship going on in St. Joseph tomorrow will be Savannah, the 1 seed, taking on Chillicothe, the 2 seed. Elsewhere, in Class 4 District 5 championship action at Camdenton will be the 1 seed Marshfield taking on the 2 seed Jeff City. Elsewhere for championships tomorrow, as we scroll down our list here, there will be no other championships tomorrow. Most will finish up next week. Excuse me. Pardon me, had to clear my throat a little bit there. Got all choked up. Looking at some of the football games tonight, we'll just go through some of our Who You Gots posted earlier this week. Worth County will be at King City, and 77% of the voters think that Worth County will win. Hardin Central will be at Northwest. 58% of the voters think that Hardin Central will win. Thayer at Mountain Grove, that's a big matchup. Thayer is 8-0, and they are in Class 1, and they are ranked number 1 in the state. They're traveling to Mountain Grove, which is Class 3, ranked number 4 at 7-1. Thayer, 59% of the vote. Colcamp is at Adrian. Adrian has 65%. 65% of the vote, and they actually did win that game. That got moved to last night. Holden is at Knobnoster, and that's kind of a push right now at 50-50 there for that game. St. Genevieve Valley is hosting Caruthersville. St. Genevieve with a 61% edge there. Seneca is hosting Lamar. 79% are picking Seneca. Helias is hosting Live for Life, and that game was last night, and Helias won, and our voters picked them by 77%. Jackson is hosting Festus. Nearly 90% of the people are going with Jackson. Cardinal Ritter is hosting Lutheran North. 79% of the voters are picking picking Cardinal Ritter. Slough and Rockhurst, and this is 50-50 right now, as Rockhurst travels to St. Louis University High. North Kansas City's hosting Liberty. Liberty's got a 66% favorite to win that. That's our Who You Got for tonight's football games. Hey, be sure to stay tuned. After the break, we'll have our Athletes of the Week and Team of the Week as well. And before I let you go, are you turning 65 soon? Maybe you're already retired. Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. At Calhoun and Associates Insurance, they make Medicare enrollment smooth, simple, and stress-free. And that's just the beginning. From choosing the right plan to creating a retirement strategy that lasts, Calhoun and Associates Insurance is your one-stop shop for a secure future. Hey, they'll help you understand the options, avoid costly mistakes, and build the retirement you deserve. Because you've worked hard your whole life. Now it's time to enjoy it. Call Calhoun and Associates Insurance today or tomorrow at 417-379-2157. 417-379-2157, or visit calhouninsurances.com. Your golden years start with a golden plan. And as always, as you head out to your ball games tonight and even coming home, hey, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back with our Cheerleaders of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week and our Lionel Labors Local 663 Team of the Week. Have a great evening, everybody. God bless.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I get them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Missouri Milestones, the podcast, and high school game day countdown to kickoff here. Missouri Milestones, the podcast launch. This is episode 23 here in season one. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. We go to St. Michael High School, and we welcome in head coach Lori Hanaway and our Missouri Milestone, Addie McLean. Coach Hanaway, thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. Coach, first off, let's talk a bit about the season. You've wrapped up the regular season with a 26-7 record, and your district actually begins tonight. But tell us a little bit about the season for St. Michael.
Well, I've been telling the team for a couple of weeks now. I like where we are. I think our record indicates that we've had a good season. More importantly, if we look at the teams that we beat and even the teams that we've lost to, we're in good position. We've lost to some really tough teams, all top 10 teams, and that schedule was built with purpose. Even in those losses, we got better, and we have competed with every team we played. So I think that's always a good sign for a coach going into postseason play.
Coming into this season, what did you have to replace due to graduation on your team, and maybe who are some of the ladies who stepped into some of those roles?
Well, we lost to All-State Libero, so that was replacement, but we had a junior step in that's had a lot of experience at that position. She was just behind another kid that was really good. So Molly Bokenkruger stepped in and really is having an all-state year also as libero. So that was a big key to, continue our success. We also have a freshman outside hitter that stepped in an important role. Anytime you have to replace a pin, that can be a big question mark, but she's done really well. And then we have a middle that has played some varsity off and on that stepped in to replace a graduated senior. So I think the people that have stepped into those roles have really been key to our success. And then we had, kids like Addie that have been there for 3 or 4 years. And so it's just come together nicely. It's a good mix of youth and experience. And so again, we think that we're in good position to make a good postseason run.
Heading into district here, your Class 4 District 7. Are you relatively healthy at this time of year?
We are, which is always what you hope and pray for at this point in the season. But we've been, our whole school has been hit with the flu bug, probably like a lot of places. But we've kind of meandered through that and worked our way through it. But yeah, we're pretty healthy, a little sore here and there, as are, all athletes at this point of the year, I'm sure. But we're grateful to be at full strength right now.
Your district actually began on Tuesday. Tell us a little bit about that district, where you seated, and who's hosting.
St. Teresa's is hosting, and so not too far from us. We're the number 1 seed, which again, you like that position. The 2 and the 3 team, Belton and St. Teresa's, both great programs. If we get to that championship game, then we would play one of them. We have a bye tonight as the number 1 seed. Tomorrow we play the winner of the 4-5 seed, which is Pleasant Hill and Notre Dame de Sion. So we look forward to that, and we're taking, one game, really 1 point at a time. That's kind of been our mantra or motto all year, and take care of what's in front of us. And so we hope to get off to a good start tomorrow against the 8-9 seed. Then hopefully the 4-5 seed, and just keep moving along.
Again, here, season 1, episode 23 of Missouri Milestones, the podcast, with Playing on Sports. Kent Mueller and senior volleyball player Addie McLean is with us, along with head coach Lori Hanaway from St. Michael. And Coach, tell us just briefly about your background. How long have you been at St. Michael? Where did you go to high school, college, and how did you end up there?
This is my 4th year at St. Michael. I've been coach. This is my 35th year of coaching volleyball. I coached at O'Hara High School for the longest, which is now closed, and that is a legacy school here of St. Michael. I went to Lee Summit West and coached there in the Lee Summit district for about 10 years, and then decided that I wanted to make the move back to Catholic education, which I have a strong passion for. I grew up in this area. I went to William Crispin High School long time ago. Then I went to Graceland University now and played volleyball until I tore out my knee. And then I graduated from the University of Missouri, in 1989 to go back and throw those dates out there. So St. Michael is a great place. Like I said, the Catholic atmosphere is important to me. All my kids graduated from O'Hara High School, so I have a long history. And then when the opportunity came my way to come here to St. Michael, I jumped at it.
Well, 35 years in the business. Would you start when you were 8 or 9 years old?
Yeah, I was about 5.
Okay. Very good. Well, you've got our Missouri Milestones member here alongside Addie McLean. Tell us a little bit about Addie and what makes her special.
Well, Addie, came in as a freshman and became a starter right away. I think what sets her apart probably is her court knowledge, her awareness of putting her hitters in the best position to be successful. Her dad was a head coach, so she's a coach's kid, and coaches love coaches' kids. They get it. And so right away, Addie made her mark here at St. Michael, 3-time All-State kid, and just keeps getting better every year. And she really has, that innate desire to get better. She has a strong passion for the game. And so, as a coach, those are the types of players that you can't wait to get your hands on and help guide them through. And then, of course, her talent is off the charts. So it's been a great 3.5 years, and we're hoping for a couple more weeks here to finish strong.
Addie, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
First off, congratulations on being a member of the Missouri Milestones list in volleyball with your assists there going, I believe, over 3,500, an astronomical number.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about coming in as a freshman, what your roles were then, and have they changed? And I know leadership role obviously has changed because freshmen typically aren't, captains and leaders. But tell us how your role and maybe even your position. But I can't imagine, I can't believe you've played anything else but where you're playing now to put those numbers. But tell us a little bit about your freshman year to now and those roles.
Yeah, so I've stayed a setter all 4 years, but I will say the position of setter has like a built-in leadership role with it. So even as a freshman, I was still kind of calling plays and had my own role within that. So that was definitely an adjustment, from 8th grade ball to go to be a freshman and have this major role. But every year it gets a little bit easier to take charge of the team. But without Hanaway putting me in that position as a freshman, I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure that I do now.
Take us back to that first match, if you can remember, where you stepped on the court for the first time as a varsity player. What were the nerves like? What was it like, if you can remember back that far?
I don't know. Like, I probably could imagine I was pretty nervous. I didn't know, like, I wasn't too familiar with my teammates at the time, at the first game, but I just wanted to play as hard as I could, to the best of my ability. And I think from then on, from that moment, it just got like I was able to take off and just really, really be able to work with my teammates. But from that first day, I was so nervous. I could tell you that. And I just probably didn't play well, honestly. But, it worked out in the end. So
More nervous than you think, or right now doing an interview?
probably more nervous then.
Okay, good. That is good. I've done my job then.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the milestones that you reached? Maybe it was 1,000 assists, 2,000 assists, 3,000 assists.
Mhm.
Can you go back in your memory and pull those opportunities or those milestones out?
Yeah, I think I remember getting 1,500 assists. We were at Van Horn High School, I'm pretty sure. And I honestly didn't know at all. Like, I didn't look at stats at the time. I think it was sophomore year. And then like everyone just started screaming and they had signs and I was like, what is going on? Like, is this like, is something happening? Is something wrong? But it was honestly a really special moment. And then I got 2,000 assists junior year, and that was at the beginning of the season, which was really nice because our libero got 1,000 digs at the same time. So like that was really special to share that with her. But yeah, both times I had no idea they were gonna happen because I don't pay attention. I just want to serve my teammates and give them the best ball possible. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Again, we're visiting with Missouri Milestone member Addie McLean from St. Michael High School as a part of our Missouri Milestones, the podcast. Also, a Chevy Dealers of the Ozark Athlete of the Week segment here presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Addie, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that Addie McLean who was an 8th grader and give yourself some advice based on what you know now as a senior, what advice would you go back and give that young Addie? What would you tell her?
I think ultimately I'd tell her to be confident, because no matter what you do, it might not even be volleyball, just like in school and in life, if you're not confident, then you won't be able to accomplish anything that you want to. And I think from the success that I've had is from being confident, being able to surround myself with teammates and coaches that were able to push me into success.
Is there one match that stands out in your memory that you'd like to go back and replay? Maybe, and it may have been one that got away from you in a district championship or something like that, or it may have been one where you won a district championship and it was so much fun, or maybe it's one where you accomplished one of those milestones. Are there any matches that you can remember that you would like to go back and take another shot at and just do it all over again?
Well, I think on a positive note would be my freshman year district championship against Belton. I think we lost the first set, actually. We were down, but it was so awesome because none of us were worried about it. Dropping that first set. It was such a calm thing. And as a freshman, I'm kind of like, well, we should be worried, but our seniors like really just stepped into that role and were being great leaders. And so we took the next 3 sets and were able to win that district championship at home. So we had a big gym, and it was just like, as a freshman, it's overwhelming, but it was so fun, and it was so much energy, and it was great. And I would love to go back and do that all over again with the experience that I have now. So that's what I'd say.
Very good. Alongside, as I mentioned, is Kent Mueller from Playing on Sports, and he's the one that compiles these lists of Missouri milestones. And I know he's got a couple of questions for maybe both of you. Kent?
Well, Addie, when did you first focus on being a setter on that position, and what drew you to that position?
Again, like Coach said, I'm a coach's kid, so my dad taught me how to set from the youngest age possible, I'd say. But, ultimately he taught me how to like do all the skills. I wanted to be an all-rounded player first, but I would do extra work to set. Like just recently we moved, and so we put a little court in our garage, and so I'm able to set on my own from time to time, and so I always train setting. But I think last club season, one of the people got injured, and so I had to step into an outside hitter role, which I was able to do pretty well. But like setter is my position ultimately, so I love doing it.
What's the most challenging part of being a setter?
That's a hard question. I'd say just the mental side of it, because you can be physically completely fine and just doing your job, but to be able to see the matchups on the other side of the court, make sure your hitters are feeling 100% all the time, I think that's a big thing. If I had to tell other setters that, it's like knowing how your hitters are feeling. Like they could not be hitting well, and you have to know that and be able to give it to someone else. Make sure you always get the kill, always get the side out. So I'd say you could physically be fine, but the hardest part is definitely the mental side.
And as far as other setters that came before you, high school, college, do you have any mentors out there that you follow that you like to watch?
Oh yes. My biggest mentor would probably be Reese Messer, who's at USC right now. I played with her for a year in club, but I've always looked up to her. She played at St. James. She's just an amazing athlete all around. She's just the fastest I've ever seen a setter be. And so I looked up to her a lot, and I watch her film and really study her.
That's terrific. And Coach, when you're looking for a new setter, you're developing always for the future, what are you looking for in a young lady to be your next setter?
Well, Addie touched on it right away. That mental part of the game is crucial for a setter. It's kind of cliche, but they're the quarterback of the team, and it's true. They run the offense. And so, mentally, physically, intellectually, you have to be able to do that. Then the physical, she's 6 feet tall. She can dominate at the net. So that's that's what coaches want. The ability to score points even when she's not setting up her hitters. So that's some of the things I look for. You have to be able to get to the ball. So your movement or your movement patterns, sometimes you can be super fast, but you don't take the right angles. And so, that physical and mental part of it is just imperative to me when looking for a setter. And luckily, and obviously as a 4-year starter and somebody that has over 3,500 assists, Addie meets those criteria.
Well, Guy, I think we see why Coach Hanaway has the program where it is now, and why Addie has 3,500 assists. Yes, they talk about the physical part of the game, but they've accomplished that, and they've moved on to the mental aspect. So obviously we're talking with a high-level program and a high-level athlete.
Very good. Just a couple more questions here before we let you go. And, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for not only being named an Athlete of the Week, but also making it to the Missouri Milestones list here in volleyball.
Thank you so much. This is a great honor.
There are no membership dues. There's no secret door knocks, secret handshakes, or anything like that. You're in by virtue of what you have already accomplished, and that list, you'll never come off of that list. And so congratulations. And just a few more, kind of fun questions. Addie, what's your favorite class in school? What class do you really enjoy going to?
My favorite class is definitely history, which is funny because Hanaway is a history teacher, so it works out.
Go
That's a
history.
good move on your part to pick that subject. I'm a history major, and my favorite class was always history, and that's why I became a history teacher was because of the mentors I had in junior high and high school. Addie, what is your? Do you have any superstitions? Do you have to eat the same food or listen to the same song or anything prior to a match?
Like, I try not to be superstitious, but I think I have some built in without even knowing it. And I'd say like doing the same warm up routine. Like, I feel like if I don't stretch a certain thing, then I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work. Like, I have to warm up and stretch the exact same way every time.
Do you have a favorite drill at practice where you always look forward to this particular drill?
I'd say I like, well, we call it butterfly, but Hannah White calls it giant rotation. And I think that's a great drill because it gets us going. It's a good warm up drill, and I like passing. As a setter, one does.
Setters are always great passers. So,
What what if any plans have you made as far as next year regarding after you graduate?
Yes, I plan to play at Rockhurst University, which is great because it's close to home. They have a great volleyball program, great academics as well. So I'm really excited for that.
Very good. Couple more, we'll let you go. Number one, what is your least favorite chore to do at home?
Oh gosh, probably the dishes. I hate the dishes.
me too.
I bet 90% of the
That's what
athletes
everybody says.
Really? Yeah.
I can do laundry. I can't do dishes.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I can mow the lawn. I don't like dishes.
Very good. Well, last question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and this is for both of you. Do you always wear your seatbelts?
Of course.
Always.
Always.
Safety first.
Very good. Well, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on becoming a member of the Missouri Milestones as well as our Athlete of the Week.
Thank you so much. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Milestones, the podcast and high school game day here on the Missouri Sports Network, presented by Lyona Laborers Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Also presented by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Lyona Laborers Local 663, who's building Missouri and reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Our Lyona Laborers 663 team of the week, we go to Republic High School. We bring in Republic Lady Tigers softball team, or members of the team, and head coach Lee Dishman. Coach Dishman, hey, thanks for helping set this up.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Coach, 22-14 on the season. Kind of tell us a little bit about the season, just kind of put a bow on it there as we head into the quarterfinals.
We're 22-14. Just 3 weeks ago, we were actually 11-13, I believe, or 12-13, and we got on a roll here late and kind of figured some things out, and have won a lot of games here at the end. I think we're 11-1, 12-1 in our lane, and then we rolled into districts and got hot at the right time and beat quality teams to win a district title. We've had great senior leadership here as of late, and our young girls have kind of figured it out, and we're rolling at the right time.
Tell us a little bit about that district, that Class 5, District 5. I believe it was played at Ozark. You get Branson in the first one, and then you play a Nixa team, I believe, that had maybe gotten you earlier, and then you finish up with the host school, Ozark. Kind of take us through that district from the Lady Tigers' point of view.
Yeah, we drew Branson the first round. We were the 3 seed, and Branson's kind of that scary team that doesn't have a great record, but well coached and played a lot of teams tough, good quality teams tough. And then we got through them, and then we went to Nixa, and if you have any clue about softball in Southwest Missouri right now, Nixa lineup has hit more home runs than you can count of. They got a girl that broke the state record in home runs, and they hit the ball really, really well. And they beat us 9-6 earlier in the year. And we were fortunate enough, we pitched the ball really well and came up with some big hits. A couple of these girls hit a home run in that semifinal district. And we were able to get past them from a well-coached team. And then Ozark was kind of like us. They were playing hot at the right time, and they knocked off Kickapoo, who state-ranked team, and Kickapoo's a solid program. They knocked them off in the semifinal, and then we just had a great game against them. It was back and forth. They jumped up on us 3-0, and then our girls kind of battled back. And then situation, bottom of the seventh, 2 outs, bases loaded, and we came up with a big hit to win it. And it couldn't have been a better moment.
Well, outstanding, Coach. At this point in the season, are you relatively healthy as you head into the quarterfinals?
Overall, we're healthy. Our second baseman rolled her ankle. I believe it was in the semifinal game. And she's in a boot right now, but she's getting treatment. We're trying to get her ready for Saturday for the quarterfinal game. She's a big key for our defense in our lineup. And so hopefully we can get her back. But overall, we're relatively healthy. I think we're in a good shape right now.
All right, very good. Well, you've got a few seniors there around you. Start wherever you'd like, introduce them, and we'll visit with them.
I'll start right here. We have Addison Brown, our senior left fielder that hits in the 2-hole for us. Good hitter with good power. So I will start with her.
Addison, how are you today?
I'm great.
I'm good. I'm good. First off, on behalf of Lionel Labor's Local 663, congratulations on being honored as a Team of the Week. Addison, tell us a little bit about what position you play and kind of what your roles are on the team.
Yeah, so I play left field, and I know my hitting duties. Paige hits the 1-hole, and I know my job is to move her over or score her when she gets in that position. So I know that's my role on the offensive end. And defensively, my job is just to track down balls, keep it in front of me, and get the easy outs.
And you, Coach, I believe you said you bat second in the lineup? Okay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your preparation there. What are you doing game day to kind of get prepared offensively and defensively, as far as physically and mentally? You're drinking lots of water, getting a lot of rest. What are you doing outside of that on the mental side?
Yeah, so leading up to games, I think, first of all, our practices are what really prepare us. I think as far as intensity level, our practices are up here, so it almost makes the game feel easier in a sense. But yeah, we usually get a lot of reps in hitting-wise, and defensively, we usually do like 21 outs. So yeah, I think it's really good to prepare us for the game.
Very good. Do you have any superstitions, or is there anything you have to do on game day every time?
Oh boy, let me tell you, this whole team is insanely superstitious. Everybody has to wear the same hairstyle. Some of us don't wash our uniform, but I'm not going to call anyone out.
All right. Very good. Being a senior, do you have, and I know you've got a state tournament in front of you, but do you have any plans as far as next year? What are you thinking about at the next level?
As of now, I'm really just undecided. I think I know what I want to do as far as like my career. I'm thinking about going into speech pathology, but as of where I'm going to school or if I want to play college ball or not, I'm really not sure right now.
Very good. Well, Addison, thanks so much for being part of the show today. And who are you going to introduce next?
So this right here is my good friend Karagoki, and she is a pitcher, and she was able to lock everybody up this weekend. So.
All right. Did you say Kara? Okay.
Yeah.
Kara, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I love this fall weather, but tell us a little bit about what you do to kind of get prepared to go in the circle on a daily basis. What are you doing mentally and physically to get prepared for a game?
I mentally just tell myself that I have to go out there and do my job for the team. And I try to take it upon myself to be more of a vocal leader as well. So I try to bring energy because I know as a pitcher, everybody's looking at you and the game's kind of focused around you at certain points. So I know my team is looking at me, and I know if I don't have good energy, that's going to bring them down too. So that's my main focus whenever I'm out there.
Very good. What, as you're warming up, pregame, and I've talked to mainly a lot of basketball players go through this where if they're hitting every shot in pregame or things like that, they kind of feel like, hey, I'm going to be on a roll. Are there things when you're warming up where the ball's moving well and you're hitting your spots? Do you feel like it sometimes in the bullpen or wherever that you really feel good?
Yeah, I can usually tell what pitches are going to be working really good for me or not. I try really hard if a pitch isn't working right off the bat. I try to spend more time focusing on that one before I tell coach that I'm ready to go in for the game.
Very good. What's your relationship like with your catcher? Do you guys talk a lot on the bench? Do they come out there and visit with you? What is that conversation like?
Yeah, so this year it's been a little different because we have a sophomore catcher out on the field, but I know her personally outside of school, so I think that helps a lot. I treat her kind of like my own little sister. I know when I can be hard on her, and I know when I need to be just supportive and pick her up as well.
Very good. About where do you hit in the lineup?
I hit either the 6 or 7 hole usually.
All right, take us from a pitcher standpoint, that 5-4 win over Ozark. Where were you during the walk-off, and what role did you have in that?
I was the walk-off, so it was a pretty cool moment. But I just went up there. The girl before me struck out, so I knew I needed to pick her up and I needed to pick my team up. Our top 3-4 hitters did their job of getting on and loading up the bases, and I just knew I needed to come through for my team. So.
All right. What was that like when you get to first, you realize you've won the game and walk off?
I don't think I was in my body at that time. I think it felt kind of like a movie. Piper was the first one off the bench. She was the first one that got to me over at first, and I was just kind of overwhelmed with emotion. I started crying as soon as I hit the ball running down the line. So it was just a really cool experience, especially because I've been playing with this group of girls for so long, since we were 10 or 12 or something like that. So it's a really cool experience to get to go through with them.
Outstanding. Well, again, congratulations on being part of the team of the week, and look forward to Ray Peck, or Raymond Peculiar, I guess I should say. But Kara, where are we going next?
This is Paige Elsenrott. She's our leadoff hitter, and she's also our starting center fielder.
Paige, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now take us through your prep. Being a leadoff hitter, you're the first person that's going to see any pitches. What's your mindset as you get in the box there to lead off the game? And then what do you relay back to your teammates about what you've seen, or is that a conversation?
Going into the box, I know that my at-bat sets the standard for the rest of the game, which kind of puts a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I know that if I do my job, like, my team is there to back me up. Coming out of the box after, if somebody asks me what pitch I see, I usually can't give them an answer. I go up there swinging away usually, but yeah.
No, very good. Very good. What do you have any superstitions? Or there things that you have to? Well, everybody already said everybody's got them, but what superstitions do you have?
Usually when we're hitting before games, we hit off the tee, and I only hit 7 balls off the tee every game.
Very good. Now, where were you when the winning run crossed the plate against Ozark?
I was actually the winning run that crossed the plate for the win, but I was on third base, and we had 1 out, and then the girl before Kara had struck out, and in my mind I was thinking, oh, I need to go on a pass ball, like I need to score this run. But once Kara got up to bat, I knew after she fouled a few off that she was gonna hit me in, and when she did, I was excited, and I jumped over the plate at first, but I went touched it.
Okay. I think I saw that video. I didn't know if you touched it the first time and went back, or you just double checked and made sure you stepped on it twice. But tell us about that moment for you. What you had to have been so excited.
Yeah, I was so excited. It was like unreal. I touched the play, and then I think I threw off my helmet and just ran into hug Kara, and it was just fun.
Very good. Very good. Well, Paige, who do we have next?
This is Piper. She is one of our other pitchers. She hits in the 3-hole, and she's a big leader for the team, vocally and physically.
Piper, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Tell us about your routine and what you kind of go through mentally and physically prior to a game.
Well, here recently, Kara's been getting the starts, but sometimes I'm starting. So just in the bullpen, I just try to make sure that everything's working. I'm more of a curveball pitcher, so I really try to focus on hitting my spots with my curveball and just making sure all my pitches are working. Usually he'll tell us like the game plan and what pitches we need to focus on during our bullpen. So I just make sure that those are working and everything like that.
All right. Who's the first person you hugged when that winning run was scored by Paige?
I first was out of the dugout to hug Kara as soon as she hit first base. I think I ran out there as she made contact. I was like standing on first base waiting for her. But I definitely was crying, hugging Kara, and just congratulating her on that walk-off hit.
All right. Very good. Well, Piper, congratulations on being part of the team of the week, and best of luck as you go forward here in the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
I've got one remaining question for all of you. I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and the question is, do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes.
Very good. Well, ladies, congratulations and best of luck here as you head to the quarterfinals and go get the biggest trophy, and we'll get the whole team on again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?
You got this, buddy.
Unplug and unlock. Road trips on easy mode. And a really big touchscreen for the biggest jams. And qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credit with the Equinox EV. Unlock the tech and the value with the 2025 Equinox EV, America's most affordable over 315-mile range EV. And Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I give them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Lyona Labor's Local 663, building Missouri and reminding us, all of us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. What's our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. We go to Carl Junction High School, and we welcome in Carl Junction soccer goalie Blake Miller, along with head coach Nate Lowen. Coach Lowen, thanks for helping set this up this morning.
You're welcome.
Coach, first off, just a little bit about the team. Tell us about the team. Kind of put a bow on the season. You're about 90% of the way through your regular season. Tell us how it's going for the Bulldogs.
It's going pretty well. We're 9-6. Blake's been a key piece of 5 shutouts. We've had 2 penalty kick wins as well. Building on last year, we went 20-5. Lost a bunch of seniors, but we were pretty intentional with how we scheduled, playing some tough teams. We played Springfield Catholic and Van Horn, which are 2 of the best teams in the state right now. So we're playing well. Like, we're looking forward to districts, and I'm excited about what's to come in the postseason.
You guys, relatively healthy at this time going into districts?
Yeah, for the most part, we got a couple of guys that are dinged up, but we don't have anybody that's out.
Very good. Tell us a little bit about that Class 3 District 6. Who are the members? Where's that going to be played, and when does that start?
Sure. We start on November 3rd. It's going to be hosted by Parkview, and we're in a district with Willard, Mack County, Parkview. Webb City is one of the local schools also in that district as well. And then Hillcrest and Marshfield are in there as well. Oh, Central Springfield.
Again, we're visiting with Carl Junction head soccer coach, Coach Lowen, and our athlete of the week, Blake Miller, from Carl Junction here on the High School Game Day. Coach, just a little bit about your background. How long have you been there at CJ, and where'd you go to high school and college, and how'd you end up at CJ?
So I'm from Kansas originally. My wife is from the Joplin area. So when I got out of the Navy in 2014, we moved back to the area and been working at CJ for 7 years in several different capacities. And right now I teach in the high school business department. I've been coaching with the soccer team for 3 years. This is my first year as the head coach.
So. Very good. Well, thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coach, you've got a young man there beside you is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozark Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Blake Miller, over 500, I believe, saves and maybe a school record. Tell us a little bit about Blake.
So Blake's been starting for 4 years. He's only missed 2 games due to an injury. I believe it was your freshman year.
Sure.
So his a lot of times they say the best ability with an athlete is availability, and Blake has been very consistent presence for us. Emotionally, he's a leader on the team. It's, a lot of times goalies are cleaning up messes that players make in front of them, and he's never been a kid to complain or point fingers. So just in terms of his mentality, it's been incredible for us. He's able to make a lot of really athletic saves. Like I said, we have 5 shutouts this year. That's attributable to him and the defense. And then beyond that, he's been a huge piece for us. Made a bunch of saves in a couple of penalty shootouts this year and then last year as well. So he's on and off the field a leader for us, and it's definitely been a huge part of our success in the last couple of years.
Very good. Blake, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Pretty good. First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
All right, take us back to your freshman year and even earlier than that. How did you get involved in soccer, and have you always been a goalie, or was this something that you started as a freshman?
Let's see. I've been playing soccer for 13 years. 11 of them I've been the goalkeeper. And I started playing soccer in a local area, just like a rec league, you could call it. And a group of parents put together a club called CJFC. And we just, I took off. My coach was like, "Hey, Blake, you want to try goalkeeper?" I was like, "Absolutely." I was a little guy back then, didn't know what I was doing, but I loved it. It was great.
What's your favorite part about it? Is it? Obviously you've got everything in front of you. You're like the catcher in a baseball game, the quarterback, so to speak, in a football game. What's it like? Playing that position.
It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes. I know my freshman year, I was terrified. I go up to my head coach and I was like, "Coach, I'm scared. Like, I don't know what to do." And he told me, "Nerves are a great thing, son. Nerves mean you care." And I was like, "All right." I haven't been very nervous this year just because 4 years under my belt kind of gets you going.
What are you doing to kind of get prepared? Let's say you're playing, you've got a match tonight. What are you doing throughout the day to get mentally and also physically prepared? Maybe drinking lots of water, rest, and then on the mental side of it, what are you doing?
We're drinking lots of water, try to get 2 gallons a day and then 10 hours of sleep. And on the mental side, I'm going up to my buddies and I'm getting them riled up, like, "Hey, how's your day going?" Just trying to get involved. And then right before the game, I'll go about by myself and I'll get myself warmed up, do my stretches, get my head locked in. And then, as soon as we step on the field in that huddle, I try to push them, try to give them a little energized and get ready for the game.
Are there any routines or superstitions, something you have to do before every game? Maybe it's music or whatever it is, food.
I do eat 2 bananas every morning, just because I hate cramps and don't want to leave the field. Superstitions. My shoelaces do come untied a lot, and everybody's like, "Why don't you double knot them? Why don't you double knot them?" It's like, I never double knot. No, can't double knot.
Very good. Coming into this season, number one, were you aware of that saves record? Were you aware of you closing in on that number, or was it a surprise to you?
I look at my saves periodically. I think after our 3rd game this season, I looked and I was like, "Oh man, like I can actually get 500 career saves this year." I was like, "All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it." But the last 3 years, it hasn't been a goal or anything to hit 500. I broke the school record my sophomore year. So I knew I held the school record, but 500, 500 is good.
Good. Very good. Now you're a senior. Yeah. If you could get in a time machine and go back to that Blake Miller as an 8th grader or even a freshman and give yourself some advice based on what you know now as a senior, what advice would you go back and tell that young man? But whether it be in the classroom, whether it be in the weight room, what advice would you give yourself?
I'd tell myself not to, chicken out. My freshman year was a freshman on a mostly senior, junior team, and I kind of let them handle everything. I wasn't very talkative, wasn't using my voice very much, wasn't being the catcher of the baseball team or the quarterback of the football team. I was kind of just hiding in the back, letting the bigger guys do it. I've definitely, try to be more vocal back there, try to get more involved, and ask the seniors what their senior year meant to them. Because I feel like the younger classmen don't really get it. Like, hey, this is our last year. Let's give it everything. Let's give it everything we got.
If you could go back and play one match over again in your career, maybe it was one where you had a bunch of saves, or maybe it's one that got away from you that you feel like, hey, I'd like to play that again and maybe make that save, or maybe it's your record setting or your 500th. Are there matches you'd like to go back and play again?
Yeah, absolutely. I had 2 hiccups last year that really decided the ending of the game, and I'd definitely love to go back and play those again and not let those mistakes happen, I guess.
As you look at your schedule coming in, were there matches you were particularly looking forward to? Maybe it's a rivalry match. Maybe somebody on the other team. What are some of those matches?
I know I look forward to playing Webb every year, and Springfield Catholic. And Van Horn. They're just teams I can level set with myself. Kind of like, hey, am I good? Am I as good as I think I am? Type of team. Like, I got to see what I can do.
Now, being a senior, also, have you made plans as far as what you're going to be doing next year after graduation?
Yeah, I would like to go to Crowder to play soccer, and I think I'm going to study construction management. And then after my 2 years there, I'm going to transfer to Pitt State University, and finish my degree.
Very good. The construction management, is there a background in your family, or what led to that?
There's no really background. I mean, I am looking into the military, and I want to become an officer. I feel like in construction, there's a couple of groups around here that I can be stationed at, and so just being local.
All right, very good. All right, just kind of some fun questions here. Number one, what's your favorite class? What class do you enjoy going to?
Global Business Tech. I really enjoy that class. It's a good one.
All right. What is your least favorite chore
My least favorite
to do at home?
Oh, probably having to mow on Sundays.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I've got one question for both of you here as we kind of wind this down, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Okay.
So the question is, do you always wear your seatbelt?
I always wear my seatbelt.
Very good.
My parents harp on me.
Very good.
Yes, absolutely. If anyone's in my car, they're wearing the seatbelt. Been through too many safety briefings in the Navy to not wear my seatbelt.
Very good. Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for helping set this up. Nate, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Okay. You're watching the Missouri Sports High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back.